confusion. You help. Okay, so we are on video 2. Welcome, pal 2. This is part 2. This part of your reading. You help people understand the importance of recognizing the seeds of confusion. Confusion is caused by individuals who are purposely trying to get a rise out of something. It's caused by people who want their motives to be hidden. But because you are so kind, you basically put a light on any kind of manipulation. People start to wake up and see, why am I feeling confused? I don't like feeling confused. And they start to do some Nancy Drew investigation type shit, and they get to the root of it. And you give them the courage to say, I'm going to put an end to this. I do not like constantly going in a cycle of confusion, clarity, confusion, clarity. Your kindness is so bold, brave, and courageous, pal, too. People get to the point where they're like, I'm going to make my own decisions, because the reason people are experiencing confusion, they're realizing, is because others are trying to control them, and people don't like it. So they get brave enough to say, if you want to play chess with me, I'm going to stop feeling bad about playing your own game against you. We have the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have the Queen of Cups and the Hermit card. I want you guys to see this shit. So you are inspiring people that when they're around toxic people who are manipulating them just to be in their energy, they're like, nah, I'm about to experience my spiritual awakening without being gaslit. I'm going to experience my spiritual awakening without being abused. And then you're gaslighting the situation to say I'm crazy because I'm calling you out on your shit. People, they go ghost on motherfucking narcissists because of your kindness, pal, too. With this, your vulnerability is your kindness, beautiful pal, too. With this Queen of Cups, you have been slaughtered emotionally to the point that you have regenerated, pal, too. And anybody who is trying to emotionally slaughter you, they are experiencing emotional slaughter 10 times worse than you experienced it. And pal, too, you have experienced great emotional slaughter that, you know, the trajectory of these abusive natured people, they thought that you would either be in a crazy house, they thought you would be a sociopath, or they thought that they would be feeding off of your energy. They set you up so that you could either be dependent on them, be locked into a psych ward, or where you will be a menace to society. So people could look at you as, you know, if you got with them, that person is a whole bunch of mess. They can't even take care of themselves. If you wind up in a psych ward, people was gonna say, oh shit, you know, that person just never was right in the head. And those people that was trying to help them was the person to trust. Or if you wound up a menace to society, they grew up in such a good family. What happened to them? So whoever abused you has set up a plan so that whatever they took from you, no one would know about it, and they would get all this good praise. And now what's happening is these people's true motives are being revealed in such a way. All of the unnecessary effort they put to defamate your character, let's just say they having to pay it back in every way possible. And this is the power of your kindness. It gets people to start investigating fuck shit. Any fears they have, they say fuck that shit. I'm going to face my fears. And what they come to discover, pal, too, is that the fears that they were afraid of, wait, this is an illusion you created to control me? Fuck out of here. And then they don't give a fuck. And let's just say you a hero, pal, too. So we're going to end your reading. 3131. All right. So beautiful, pal. 3 is starting at 31 minutes and 45 seconds. 31:45. Pile 1 is when your reading is started. And I want to say thank you for being here. We are being blessed to use the Finding Inner Peace inspiration cards. Become the best version of yourself. So we're talking about peace, the power of your peace. And so your peace is your inner peace, okay? So I'm feeling like Pile 3, the reflection of your peace is in your environment. I feel as if you're in conflict with yourself, that shows up magnified in your outside environment. And when you're at peace with yourself, it shows up magnified in your environment. So what I'm picking up, Pile 3, instinctively, intuitively, is that you have people who went above and beyond to target your inner peace from the very beginning of time. So you may not be used to experiencing inner peace, but you are experiencing it. And it's not because you just said, fuck it, I don't want to have inner peace. You literally have people targeting your inner peace when you are not aware that what you carry within you is divine inner peace. When I say it is divine inner peace, it is a piece of a god or goddess that when you speak, things happen. But you have people go above and beyond to target any inner peace that you had, so that your lack of clarity would make it seem as if they were respectable leaders that needed to be followed, while they were causing chaos in a very covert way. And then they would project that chaos into you. They were so dumb, they would tell people exactly what they were doing to you while projecting it onto you and trying to look innocent. For example, you could have had someone say, that child stole something, I don't understand what's wrong with them. But literally, they could have taught you to steal it, or they could have stole it and then blamed you. So you have people go above and beyond to defamate your character so that you could look as if you were a menace to society, Pile 3. And you constantly, like, maybe when you went outside, you would whatever programming that person told you about your self-worth, you would carry that with you and attract that. So I feel as if you're having one of the biggest purges of your life. Anything that's conflict in your body, your energetic aura, is being released and returned to sender. And so you're going to be experiencing so much eternal peace, because what happened, Pile 3, I'm picking up, you hit 34. You have people target your inner peace because they saw how influential you are when you are peaceful. And they saw that when you were in conflict, you were constantly at war. And because they were warmongers, they liked to look like the peacemakers so that they could negatively influence those around them while being covert with it. And you were their scapegoat. So let's look into, because that's some heavy energy. And it's not heavy energy where you need to run away and be like, please don't judge me. This is the energy of you no longer feeling shameful about being around people who don't give a fuck about themselves. Look, that's what you grew up in. You're not around that no more. You're not going to be around that no more, Pile 3. You know, the overall energy of your reading is 33, being loud and powerful. I'm maintaining my standards and ideas, and I'm proudly loud and powerful about them. I have a feeling, Pile 3, that your standards are so high, and the people who abused you in such a very sadistic manner, their standards are so low. They try to act as if your standards were their standards, but the level of responsibility that came with maintaining your standards, they were not able to and are not able to keep that mask on that they are who they say they are. Because the high standards that you have, there's a certain level of accountability and self-discipline and control that is required to continuously enjoy the pleasure that comes with the peace that you have. And people are starting to see you are extremely inconsistent, and as much as your kindness can feel good in the moment, it goes to this Hyde and Jekyll effect. And when you do that, I do not feel emotionally safe with you, and I'm not going to let this type of back and forth confusion energy put me in a situation long term where I'm having to heal long term from some short term shit that I don't have to experience. So you have people from your past who are being isolated from good, kind hearted people because they're realizing if I give in to the love bombing that you're doing right now, you are gonna fuck me up long term. And you may say no, but when this Hyde and Jekyll shit happened, you showing me that if I don't go according to your plan, you gonna fuck me up in a way that it's gonna take a long ass time to heal from it. And bruh, I'm not wasting my life force energy on your shit. So people from your past are being let's just say they being neglected, okay? In such a way where they thought they isolated you from healthy people. Let's just say they are so isolated from healthy people. Don't look back. I may be feeling nostalgic about several things in my past, but I know I have the power to move forward. Basically, these people undervalued you in every way because they see themselves as undervalued. And some of them have the nerve to think that if they act like they change, that you're going to be like, oh, okay, maybe we can do this thing again. But literally, they are just simply looking at you as finances. Now, you have to have such low self-worth if you look at people as gain or loss. Okay, you do not love yourself if you want to exploit someone in any way possible. And if you take it to a point where you are willing to kill someone for finances and try to hide it, you have no self-worth. And if you are willing to think that apologizing for almost killing someone is enough to say, well, let's sweep it under the rug. Let's just say if you are a survivor of people who try to set you up for suicide in any way, PAL 3, these people, there's a big ass rug full of dirt. It's like, imagine walking in a living room and everybody just acted like, you don't see that pile of dirt forming? Everybody just swept the dirt under the rug, okay? But it's getting so big, it's covering the living room. And these people like, ain't nobody paying attention to it, ain't nobody saying nothing. But these people walking into this living room with the biggest pile of dirt, and they like, so is this art? And they're like, nah, man, it's just a rug. Why is so much dirt under here? People starting to ask questions. They're like, why you got so much dirt swept under a rug? So, PAL 3, if anything happened to you at age 14, let's just say people starting to have questions. Whatever happened to you before the age of 14 to the age of 14, people are really asking questions. People that used to just be surface level and they were like, whatever. That person act that way because of that. People starting to ask below the surface questions. Why does PAL 3 act the way PAL 3 acts? And they're really starting to go that, like, while you not looking back, PAL 3, they're starting to investigate your life before the age of 14 up until 14 to truly understand why you operate the way you do. I am worthy. I deserve more than just a comfortable and easy life. I am worthy of so much more. So you may have people who feel like they need to buy you, in some sort of way just to get your attention. But with the depthness that you have, people who are going below the surface are realizing you have never had a comfortable and easy life. You had to fight to get this life that you have, and they know that you are not going to put your life on hold for nobody. They know you're not going to lose your standard of living for nobody. So people are starting to step up around you because they realize that if they even want to have any interactions with you, they cannot be like people from your past, and they have to know their own self-worth. Okay, and with having a healthy lifestyle, I am conscious of the force of nutritious food and know that a healthy lifestyle is not just a trend, but is fundamental for my happy life. And this card is so beautiful. So I feel, Pal 3, you are preparing to live a healthy lifestyle in every way possible. So you might be going through a cleanse, and Spirit wants you to know that even though you are purging stuff that has been harming for you, self-harming, and it could, some of the things are things that you were subjected to, the abuse, and so you might have gotten so used to abuse, Pile 3, that you thought you had to continue the abuse, and you are being blessed to unlearn abusive tendencies and to take on healthy things. So this is a blessing from Spirit. But Spirit wants you to know that while you are purging these things, you are worthy. Spirit wants you to know, do not base your worth off of, I have to completely be free of some things. No, despite all you have experienced, you are worthy. You may be feeling like, I am emotionally in a place uncomfortable, in an uncomfortable emotional place. I really feel I should be with myself until this period is over. There's no need for you to diagnose yourself as depressive. There's no need for you to isolate yourself until you're at a place where others will feel comfortable around you. Others are going to have to get comfortable being uncomfortable around you if they want to even have access to you. So Spirit is saying, be comfortable with others being uncomfortable around you, because if they're not willing to be uncomfortable to be around you, then they do not understand the gift that you are. If they're comfortable being uncomfortable around you in their own uncomfortabilities, and they work through these things, and they build their self-worth, and they move forward with their life, and they start changing the way they live, and they start speaking their truth, these are the people for you. But those who go back and forth with the past, they will betray you. Those who go back and forth with their self-worth, they will betray you. And those who start to live healthy and go back to not living healthy, these are the people who will betray you. You are also being protected from people like this. And Spirit is sending you people who say, bye-bye past, and then the past never hears from them. And then the past just starts talking about them and says, what happened to that person? Well, that person said, I'm going to change. I'm not putting up with fuck shit. 4433, angel number has a message for you. You are attracting people who know their worth. They don't give a flying fuck, how they feel on a good or bad day. They are doing things that will increase their self-worth, especially when they feel pain. They will not lash out at you because you are triggering something in them that needs to be healed. And you are attracting people who live a healthy lifestyle, who are not just trying to look like, oh, I'm a healthy, happy person, you can trust me. They're really about that lifestyle. So you might be also planting a garden, Pal 3. I'm seeing carrots here. I'm seeing strawberries. I'm seeing raspberries, apples, pumpkins. You might definitely be learning how to grow your own. You might, be getting your green thumb broken in very soon. And this is a very high vibrational reading. I want to end this reading here, and I wish you guys the best.